All right, everyone. So I wanted to basically give my state of gaming, um, and the reason why I want to do this is because I'll be honest with you. Some of the things I picked up recently, actually in the last couple of years, some I actually don't mind. Others I kind of regret, and I'll explain to that in just a moment. But there are things that I'm starting to notice, or I've been noticing for a little while, and I think going forward, I'm gonna pivot in terms of what devices I use and where I play games on, and I have to give reasons for it. So first and foremost, PC going forward, I think that's going to be the preferred way in terms of playing most of your games going forward. Not consoles, uh, handhelds, that's going to be a different category. But in terms of just playing games at home, even if you don't have anything right now and you're looking to getting into gaming, I would say go ahead and just get a really nice gaming PC because the console manufacturers, Microsoft's been doing this for a little while now, but Sony is starting to get more heavily invested into PC gaming. So in the next year or so, basically all of their PlayStation exclusive stuff that's been on the consoles are going to make its way over to the PC, which means for me personally, there's really very little reasons to even have a PS5. I know. All the PlayStation fanboys out there are going to be like, PlayStation's the best, blah, 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 blah. Well, here's the thing, why have multiple devices when you can just have one, or in some cases, two, and have all your gaming? What do I mean by that? Well, say like you have a gaming PC, but you also want a companion device for it to play on the go. That's where the Steam Deck comes in. Or there are other portable PC handhelds out there too, but in terms of price performance, the Steam Deck is pretty much it. And the more I've been using the Steam Deck, the more I absolutely love this thing. And the really nice thing is that yes, even if you do get the top end model, it is 650. But think of it this way: you buy the device, but pretty much a lot of the games that you already have on Steam is playable on this thing. I mean, hell, I've been playing God of War on this thing, not on the PlayStation 5, but on the Steam Deck, which is really, really nice. And that's something to keep in mind going forward is that, yes, one of the things with the PS5 is the PlayStation VR 2. And I've said this in previous videos about it. That was one of the major reasons why I got a PS5 is for that. However, now that I picked up a Meta Quest 2, by the way, right before they did the price hike. So, yeah. So I got it for $299, not $399 for the base model. But being that I can use that on my PC, which I've been playing Half-Life Alyx, by the way, and that's actually a really good game, by the way. But I mean, let's just face it. If Sony is going to have more and more PlayStation exclusive games on Steam or on the PC, then it just makes logical sense that, hey, even the VR stuff, which granted, I think the majority of them is going to be available on both platforms anyway. But even if there are exclusives on the PS5, it will make its way over to the PC. Why? Because it just makes business sense. Sony knows that, which is why they bought a studio that is specialized into porting PlayStation games onto the PC. And plus, making VR games does cost a lot of money to make. And given the fact that even if the PlayStation VR 2 comes out, well, guess what? There's still not going to be a large enough user base to make back the money, which means they have no choice but to also have it available on PC. So for me, going forward, I pretty much made my decision. I am actually going to sell off my PlayStation 5. The Xbox, even though I don't use it as much, there is a reason why I am going to keep it. Not because I'm an Xbox fanboy or anything. It's mainly due to the fact that, in terms of like watching cable TV through the Spectrum app, well, it supports the Xbox is one of the supported devices, so that's really part of the reason why. But yeah, I'm gonna obviously keep my Switch for the Nintendo exclusives, which is kind of odd when you think about it, because Nintendo, out of all of the major console players, is kind of on its own in some ways, because they have a hybrid console, for portable home console play, and they're really the only ones that can still pull this off. However, Sony and Microsoft, especially Microsoft, they cannot pull that off. Especially the fact that, Microsoft finally admitted that the Xbox One, in terms of sales, was essentially a failure. So, yeah. But but yeah, for me personally, I see myself I don't see myself. I am gonna sell that off, the PlayStation 5, because realistically, I don't need it. It collects dust. I don't want the device just to collect dust. I'd rather just sell it and get the money, essentially get all my money back, and you know have someone else to enjoy it. If you have a PS5 and you enjoy it, great. No hate. For me personally, I've been transitioning more and more towards PC. So for me, having a PS5 makes no sense anymore. But the Switch, yes, that's still worth keeping for the exclusives for it, and yeah. But yeah, that's basically my gaming uh, setup lately, or at least the places I've been playing games, is primarily been on the PC. And And I think stuff like this, or at least for me explaining to people, is that for anyone that is looking into getting into gaming, it is worth just getting into the PC side of things. And if you want to get a companion device, there's also the Switch, or you also got like the Steam Deck or other versions like that out on the market. So, in in terms of PC, though, I will say this. In my personal experience, even the PC I'm using here, this is not the latest and greatest in PC hardware or anything. It's a Ryzen 5 with a 3060. I did upgrade the RAM on it, so it does have 32 gigs of RAM on it, but that's because I will also do streaming and video editing, so the extra RAM to me makes a little more sense. But I'll be honest with you, even with this, I can play VR games. I can play all the VR games through it just fine, no issues, no real problems with it. And in terms of the games, I can play all the modern games on it. So, and this was on sale pre-built through Micro Center for like $1,200. So, so yeah, if you're looking at getting multiple consoles, you know, they're the Series X and the PS5, they're both $500 each. You know, add a couple $100 more, get yourself a PC, and you can do other things besides just game on it. So, You know, I hate to say it, but as someone that's always been a fan or has always preferred console gaming, I think we're pretty much to the point now that console gaming is kind of like on its way out. Now, I'm not saying don't get a console. You know, there are reasons why to get a console. If you are someone that just does not want to deal with, you know, driver issues and all that stuff, making sure your video drivers is all up to date or anything, the console's still king in that way. But in all honesty, not that far off. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Like always, have a good one. Leave those comments down below. Like this video, share this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and like always, have a good one.